What's going on, y'all? This is Randall Branch. Welcome back to the channel. You guys see the title of the video. You still don't understand the importance of carbs. This is something that I love talking about because, and I actually made a poll about this. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I work on posting daily community posts. Usually, I know I'm getting at least 5 up a week, either a poll, a picture of me letting you guys know my current physique, or something to help you guys stay sharp. Some motivation is usually something, right? But I posted a community post maybe a few weeks ago, maybe even last week, and I was like, how many of you guys just understand the fact that you need to eat protein and that calories in, calories out are important versus how many of you guys really understand that calories out, calories in are important, as well as calorie timing, protein timing, carbs, fats, and like really knowing exactly what you're doing with nutrition versus just the normal additive of get your protein in and make sure that you're tracking calories or whatever. And most of you guys said you only know protein and calories, which is letting me know that you guys need to know more about macros. And I love this topic because in order for us to lose weight, yes, we just need to eat less than we burn. But in order for us to build an aesthetic physique, in order for us to look a certain way, we need to manipulate our macronutrients. We could work on calorie timing, right? Protein timing, carb timing, fat timing. All these things are things that we can manipulate in order for us to really get the best physique. The best physique isn't just about who can lose the most weight. It's about who has a good body composition, who has the right muscle, who has the proportions, etc., who's lean, right? Because even something like lean and losing weight are two different things, and I can make another video on that, right? Something like carbs is very important because carbs is your body's preferred source of energy. Your body doesn't want to use fats for energy. It can, but it doesn't want to. Your body doesn't want to use protein for energy. It can, but it doesn't want to. Your body wants to use carbs, right? Now, I was talking to a guy and he's cutting and he thought, okay, I'm cutting. So let's say I forgot his actual, I don't even think he told me his metrics and shit, but let's say he's like 200 pounds and he wants to get to 170. His mindset was like, okay, well, I need to eat more protein, like 230 grams of protein to make sure that I'm keeping muscle as opposed to eating 170 grams of protein or even 200 grams. He thought he needed to eat like 1.5 times goal body weight in order to keep protein. And I told him no. I told you guys I forgot his metrics, but like let's say he was turning it into 170, like the example I said, right? I told him you would just eat 170, right? And then keep your fats, baseline fats. If you notice that even at point 0.3 or 0.25 or zero point 0.3 grams times 170, you're a little sluggish, a little fatigued, you maybe notch it up maybe another 5-10 grams, but keep fats at pretty low fats, right? And fill everything else with carbs, right? Carbs are going to help us train hard. Carbs are going to help us recover. Carbs are going to help us look full. I was telling somebody, right? Most of the guys that you guys see flourish on low carbs are usually short, right? And again, there's no hate towards short guys, but they have shorter muscle bellies, or maybe not even, I don't even know, is it shorter muscle bellies? They just have like shorter like limbs and shit. Basically, they don't need as much carbs to fill out their physique. That's what I'm trying to say. So I guess it would be muscle bellies, right? The taller you are and the bigger you are, the more carbs you need to fill out your frame. If you guys have ever seen like bodybuilding shows or know anything about bodybuilding, those of us who are taller or who have more muscle or way more, we need more carbs to fill out before we get on stage. Now I don't compete, but I do know this, right? It's the same thing for day-to-day life though, right? I don't suggest low carbs for anybody, but especially those of you guys who are 5'10, 5'11, 6 foot, God forbid you're 6'2 and taller. Like dudes be like 6'5 trying to diet and trying to live off of low carbs, arms be stringy as a bitch because you need those carbs to look full, right? You need carbs to look full when you're shorter, but especially when you're taller and you have long limbs, right? You have long legs, you have long arms. You want to get a full chest, bro. Your chest isn't gonna be looking full and your arms looking thick on 50 grams of carbs, 80 grams of carbs, 120 grams of carbs, right? This is true for short dudes, but especially for taller dudes. You use carbs, you manipulate your carbs, right? You eat carbs pre-training. You eat carbs pre-training to make sure that you top off liver glycogen and top off your energy real quick. Eat carbs post training to make sure that you replenish glycogen. I know there's a meme of, oh, I'm replenishing glycogen. I'm eating donuts and cookies and ice cream. No, get some rice in, right? You keep fats low after your training because you want to make sure that you prioritize carbs and proteins, and fats slow down digestion. So you don't want to eat a high fat meal after training because it's going to take longer for your carbs to absorb. Little stuff like this is what really separates the guys. I mean, like I tell you guys, man, like I love making content like this, but most of you guys right now, I'm just trying to get you guys to put the cookies and donuts down, right? But as we start to, get more into the game and understand fitness and nutrition and bodybuilding and mindset more, understand there's levels to certain shit, right? The next step for a lot of you guys after you put the donuts and the cookies and the ice cream and the alcohol down is calories. But then as we continue to go, you must understand the importance of carbs. Okay. Another thing you could do with carbs is a carb heavy meal right before you go to sleep. Once you get sub 12% body fat, going to sleep isn't as easy as it was when you were 17, 18% body fat, right? Obviously, it's not as hard as it was when you were 30% body fat. You probably had sleep apnea. But at the same time, bro, your body, when your liver glycogen is low and carbs are low and body fat's low, you might be a little cold at night, a whole bunch of shit. When you're 10, 11% body fat, a nice carb heavy meal right before you go to sleep. Carbs release serotonin, makes it easier for you to go to sleep. I love rice before I go to sleep. Rice, potatoes, foods like that before I go to sleep, right? Um, Making sure that that's highly salted too because sodium gets low, right? Making sure that your electrolytes are on point. Like little things like that, you guys have to understand. What I don't want you guys to do is think that you're just going to starve your way and protein your way to having a nice physique and maintain it, right? Again, when I say carbs, I'm not saying pizza. Pizza, see the thing about like pizza, ice cream, cookies, and donuts, those are carbs and fats. A lot of people think when they think carbs, they think oh chips and all. Those are actually also heavy in fats too, right? You don't want to eat carb sources that are heavy in fats. You don't want to eat fat sources that are heavy in carbs. Your fat sources would be like olive oil, peanut butter, which has some protein. It does have carbs a little bit too, but like especially like an olive oil or fats that you might get from a chicken thigh or from ground turkey or from ground beef, right? Your carb sources aren't carb sources that are heavy in fats. Your carb sources are rice, honey, rice cakes, fruits, potatoes. What else do I like to do? That's pretty much it for my carb sources. I don't do bread and pasta personally, and I can make another video about that if you guys want me to. But you guys need to understand that there's a little bit more to nutrition. Again, first we have to start off with the basics, but you must understand the importance of carbs if you really want to take your physique to the next level. And I'm gonna end this video by saying this. I'm not a weight loss coach. Like, yeah, I've lost at this point over 70 pounds. And yes, I want to help you guys lose weight. But our goal is to have a physique. Our goal isn't just to be like, oh, look at that guy. He has a whole bunch of loose skin. He's lost weight. I don't want somebody to look at my physique, and I'll probably make this a video. You've probably never heard somebody say this before, but this is very important. You don't want somebody to look at your physique and even be able to tell that you lost weight, because there's a very certain type of look that dudes who lost weight have, where they don't really have an aesthetic physique. Still, shout out to them, they lost the weight, but they don't, their physique, you could tell that they lost a significant amount of weight. I don't want people to look at my physique and be like, yeah, that's a guy who lost 80 pounds. I could tell because he just doesn't, you know, you want to be able to have a physique where it looks like you damn near never lost weight at all, right? People just look at you straight off the merit of your physique. I want you guys to build a physique. I don't want you guys to be weight loss warriors where you're just skinny. I've seen a whole bunch of guys just lose weight. Oh, I'm taking GLPs. I'm doing whatever. We want to have a physique, right? You will not meet a lot of guys who have a physique that preach low carbs. And most of the guys who do have low carb physiques or who do preach low carbs, either they have very little, like I see a lot of guys who have very little muscle, but they're also very lean, but they do low carbs. Those are usually like the model type of guys. And shout out to them, they're doing their thing. But the other guys who do low carb, they're usually all like 5'7" below. Most of you guys, the average height is like 5'7", 5'10". I'm assuming most of you guys are between that height. And I also know I got some brothers watching this who are above 6 foot. Okay, we don't need to be doing low carb. Even the guys below 5'7" definitely don't need to be doing low carb, but especially us, again, because we need to make sure that we're full. You don't want to just be skinny. Again, there's a difference between being skinny and lean. We want to look full and hard. Pause. If you guys seen my physique, go back and look at my physique. And I'm nice and carved up. My chest is full. I got striations. My veins are going. I got veins all in my legs, my quads, my calves. My upper chest is full. My forearms are thick. My back is dense. That's the type of look I want to go for with low body fat, right? I don't want to just look flat and stringy. So understand the importance of carbs. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you guys want me to talk about specific things, let me know in the comments. And if I'm educated on that topic, I would love to make a video on it. Like this video, share this video, comment on this video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. If you're not new, you should already be subscribed. If you guys want my help building your physique, losing weight, getting your body right, check the description. I do. I offer 6 months of coaching where I work with you day in and day out. I also do one-off personalized training and nutrition programs. I do strategy calls for those of you guys who are looking to level up in any domain of life. I have ebooks and programs as well. My code line will be down there. And also make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at Randall Branch, right? Again, subscribe to the channel. We're going to do 2 more videos today, so make sure you guys stick around. I'll see you guys later. Peace.